Announcement made this afternoon by the U.S. Department of Justice.
Action 7 News reporter John Cardinelli talked to the chief about what's next.
Yes, Shelley and Doug, Chief Harold Medina is saying that this is a huge sign of relief for himself and the officers in his department. However, some organizations like the ACLU of New Mexico say there's still more work that needs to be done.
I think this is a big step forward in us getting to this point. It's actually gigantic.
And during those 9 years, the department has faced challenges. In 2022, a record number of officer-involved shootings. And most recently, the department at the center of an FBI investigation involving the department's own DWI unit.
Were you ever worried that you wouldn't be able to get to this point?
You know, there's always a concern that you may not be able to get to a certain point. And I think I'd be a poor chief if I didn't, sit and look and say, man, is that going to impact us or not?
An uptick in shootings still remains a concern to the ACLU of New Mexico.
There really are still concerns. There are concerns about the number of people who die. There are concerns about the way that officers treat people who are unhoused, people who are experiencing mental health crises.
Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina responding to the ACLU's concerns.
The United States Department of Justice reviewed all of our recent shootings. They did not find a pattern and practice of excessive force against individuals and a mental health crisis. And if you look back several court hearings ago, I cautioned the courts, I cautioned all the parties that there are some entities that are never going to fully support the Albuquerque Police Department, no matter how well we're doing in this process.
While the ACLU has questions about APD moving forward,
has APD not just checked the boxes of all the paragraphs in the CASA, but has the culture really changed from one of aggression to one of accountability and respect for human life?
Chief Medina says this has all been a learning experience.
From your perspective, is there anything more that needs to be done? And if so, what is that and what are you going to do about it?
There's always stuff that needs to be done. The one thing I think that we're taking away from this process that sometimes goes unnoticed is the fact that we are so much faster now at trying to recognize possible problems and get to the root cause of those problems and see how we could get either the training or the equipment to our officers to prevent the issue from becoming a bigger issue.
Now, all of this does not necessarily mean that the consent decree is over, as APD still has to maintain compliance for a certain period of time. Reporting live in Albuquerque, I'm John Cardinelli, KOAT Action 7 News.
John also asked the chief how long that would be. He said it is still being negotiated.